Alright, so a few days ago, the Gear 5 introduction episode dropped, and I know this may be controversial, but in my opinion, it was amazing. Because that chapter was my favorite One Piece chapter, and this is potentially my favorite new episode of the series, I thought it would be a fun idea to compare some of the manga panels versus how the anime animated them. Also, special thank you to One Piece. You guys give me free content for the next 4 weeks. Alright, onto the video. Before the episode started, we got a recap with some 6 scenes of Luffy dancing and just awakening his Gear 5th. Now, the chapter and episode actually starts with Luffy being surprised at why he can still stand. And honestly, Toei did the scene better than the manga. I preferred seeing Luffy dance over Zunisha. There's also Momonosuke and Yamato's reactions, which I'd easily go for the anime again. There's also the reactions of everyone realizing Luffy's alive. First up, there's Sanji. This was really hard to be honest, but I prefer the manga panels angle. That anime scene was still clean though. As for Kid, Law, and this dude who I forgot his name, I'd have to go with the manga for all of them. Once again, it's something about the angles. Personally though, I did prefer the anime for nailing Nami and Otama's reaction. I like how bubbly their faces were and how fluid the animation was. Okay, now we get to the Gorosei talk and Bro, Shanks! What are you doing here? Get out of there. Anyways, I did prefer seeing the Pangea castle in the anime because it was super smooth looking. I liked the high quality the Gorosei were in the anime, but the talk was too long, so I prefer the manga, but I loved how they showed Luffy bouncing around whilst talking in the anime though. Now, the long awaited Nika scene. Now, the Nika manga panel is in my top 10 favorite manga panels of all time, and the anime did it perfectly. The scene was so amazing. My only true point of criticism I really do have for the anime though is that Luffy and the moon are a bit too far away and blurry, so I'm going to choose the manga for this. I do love how they added that extra scene of Luffy jumping around though for the Sun God Nika close up, and I do prefer the anime for that scene because we can actually see a bit of Gear 5. I love the extra scenes they added for the Nika segment, and now we get into a more boring-ish part of the episode, which is Hiyori and Orochi scenes. There's only 2 scenes that were interesting to me, so I'll address those real quick. There's the scene of Hiyori crying, which the anime did alright, but Oda's art really brings it to another level, so the manga is better for that. And we have the Orochi burning scene. I found the animation cool, but I would have preferred to see the manga panel of Orochi burning than seeing the animation, so I'm still have to go say manga wins with this whole segment. I really don't understand why that segment was 7 minutes long, but it's whatever because now we're getting to the goofy parts. Alright, so right after we get to see the scene of Luffy jumping in front of the moon, I'm gonna take manga wins in that one. I liked his manga pose more than the animation version. It's cooler and goofier. Alright, now all the knocking out scenes, I'm gonna have to give it to the anime because the anime made it sick, but man, that CGI Kaido was killing me. Off topic, but that eye catcher of Luffy was sick. Anyways, Kaido's reaction to what's on the roof, I'd also give to the anime, and as for Luffy grabbing Kaido, it gets a bit complicated. I like more the sequence of Luffy grabbing Kaido in the anime, but in terms of the drawing itself, I'd have to give it to the manga. Now the whole sequence of Luffy grabbing Kaido and Chopper's reaction, I'd give that to the anime because it was just such smooth animation. Luffy was also looking cold in that one manga panel though. Now, I love that one scene they added in the anime, the scene. It was just so goofy, and as for Luffy spinning Kaido around, I'm gonna be honest, I'm at a loss. I'm gonna do a draw for that panel. Now this little panel of Luffy slamming Kaido, anime won that one clearly in my opinion. But for Luffy slamming Kaido, man, what the fuck did they do to my guy Kaido right there? I was looking like one of those rubber chicken dog toys right here. Man, what the fuck? Manga wins that one. Just to make it clear, I like the scene, but I just found how funny they fucked up Kaido though. And for the last slam, the anime added a whole new intensity to that scene, so honestly, I like that scene in the anime better. I also like how they add that scene in the middle of the Bolo Breath, and honestly, this is my favorite scene of the episode. First of all, that eye-popping scene, anime easily wins that. Straight out of Tom and Jerry for real. And as for the scenery of him grabbing the ground, is the moonwalking? And bro, the cameraman went crazy with this scene. That whole Bolo Breath sequence, That was just 25 out of 10 in the anime, favorite scene in the entire episode. Anime wins that one. Now for the very iconic Gear 5 panel. The introduction scene was lit in the anime and the manga, and they looked identical in both versions. Both are 100 out of 10s. I do gotta give this one to that guy Oda though, just because it's more detail, but it was amazing in both. And before that final panel, we got this funny ass sequence, and I don't even know what's going on in this anymore. This some like type Roadrunner type shit. Now they switched it up for a bit for the last panel, but honestly I like the animated version more, but I can't lie. That boy Luffy was looking high as shit. This may have been higher than Gosho on some type shit. Also, what is this majestic ass melody at the end? Now, that's everything I want to say for this episode, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be doing this again for each week until the Gear 5 saga is over. So thanks for watching, see you next week, peace.